Hello guys, welcome back to Coding with Bobby, and I hope you would have liked my Redux playlist. And in this video we're going to develop our to-do application using Next.js and Redux, what we have learned so far. So we'll just kick off with a brand new project building from scratch. So I'll just create one app, create next app, and we'll just name it as to-do. Yes, and yeah, so it will take just 3-4 seconds. And for the UI, I've already made one gist that we can use. You can make use of it. I'll just drop the link in the comments. We'll just copy it. This has been made using the material UI. You can even change this UI according to yourself. I'll just leave it like that for now. Okay, we'll just open it. And yeah, we'll do some quick setup. I'll remove these files that I don't need. And we'll just paste our gist to the page.typescript, and I'll just save it. We'll also need to install these. Let's give it some seconds to install, and after that we'll be installing reactjs to Redux.js toolkit along with React Redux. It's basically not much of a rocket science. I've just used one app bar which has got one heading of to-do list. Then we have made use of some grids and some form control just to show the checkboxes. Yeah. So we'll just install npm install at Redux JS toolkit and React Redux. Yeah, and let's just see how our UI looks for now, just to start with. And yeah, localhost. Okay, it's still compiling. We've got some error. Let's just resolve it. Okay, I'll just get rid of these. I don't need them. Yeah, so this is how it looks for now. Yeah, pretty decent, but not so nice. You can just edit it later on. We'll just see how it's working. I'll just stop this server and we'll just move on to our store. Let's just create one folder of Redux, and we'll create one store.ts and one Redux provider .tsx, and also we'll create one folder for the slices to keep our actions and reducers using create slice, and we'll name it at to do slice.ts. So here we'll define our create slice or our actions and reducers. So I'll import create slice, and let's just build it to do slice create slice, and we'll just name it as to do. And after that we'll have some initial state. For the initial state, let's just define one interface which will be to do task, and this will have an ID which will be string. Then it will have one title which will be string, and this will have one completed which will be one boolean, like that. And we'll just define our initial state outside, which is gonna be a list of to-do tasks, right? Like that. Boom. Okay. Length push. Okay. What we can do is, okay, like that. Or we'll just remove it from here and like that. Yeah, boom. So we have defined our initial state, which is going to be an object of tasks, and task is going to be a list of our to do task, like that. So initial state, we'll just give in our initial state, and after that we'll define our reducers. So the first one is going to be our add task. Yeah. So add task is going to take a state, an action, and it will only give me in the payload the title of the task that we need to do. Suppose go to gym or head the school, like that. So what we'll do inside it, yeah. So we'll just, yeah. So we'll just push to our current task, this new task. And how that we're going to do, state.task.push, and we're going to create a to do task object. Now ID, I'm going to randomly generate it, math.random.toString and 36, so that it is encoded to base 36. Yeah. Or we can also take dot substring 2, and then I'll also have one title. Title is going to be action.payload, and then completed is going to be false. Yeah, like that. So add task is done, and similarly we'll have one remove task, which is going to take action, and in remove task, in the action.payload, I'll just have the ID of the task that needs to be removed. So we'll just put some filters, state.task and dot state.task.filter, and we'll just filter it out, task, and so we are going to compare here by the ID that is provided in the action.payload. So we'll just directly do it. Task.id should not be equal to action.payload, like that. Simple. Or we can even get rid of these. Yeah. Simple and easy. Yeah. And now the next one should be to toggle the task. Now toggle the task if it's done, and then making it as complete or unmarking it to be incomplete. So we'll just do it, toggle task. Again, we'll just take the ID of the task as the action.payload. So here we are not going to do the filter part, but we'll use make use of the map. Now if task.id equal to our action.payload, in that case what we're going to do, we'll just do task.completed. We'll just toggle it, and we'll just do return task, like that. Easy. So I guess we're pretty much done with our slicing, and we'll just export our actions, which is add task, remove task, and toggle task, and to do slice dot actions, and we'll export one default to do reducer. Yeah. So we'll just go to our store. Inside our store, we'll just import configure store. Now let's just create our store, and we have to give some reducer. Reducer is going to be our, okay, it's just going to be a single reducer. We'll just import it. So import, we'll just name it to do reducer from Redux slices and to do slice. Yeah, like that. Simple. And we'll just export it, export store, export default store, like that. And we'll create a Redux provider, which will be our gateway to connect the store to the React application. Next.js here, of course. Yeah. So we'll just import provider, and we'll just copy this layout. I'll remove the stuff that I don't need anymore, and we'll just name it as Redux provider, and we'll just get rid of these. And this is going to make use of client, use client. Yeah. And body will have one div, and then we'll provide one provider, which will take a store. I'll just import the store, and store, and the children, like that. Easy. So now we'll have to import this Redux provider to our app layout, and we'll wrap our app inside it. So I'll just import it. Yeah, it's done. And we'll just remove this read only as we are making some changes, and I'll just put in and we'll do children, like that. Easy. So now we're done with this. Now let's just move to our main page and let's make some changes there. I'll just remove this comment for now, and let's just import use selector to grab some values from the state and use dispatch to dispatch the actions. So first of all, we'll do the add task. So let's just see, we have created one new task. We'll just remove this. We have this const new task. We have created this local state variable new task and set new task using use state, right? And let's just okay task. So total tasks that are there in my local state will be coming from my store. So we'll use selector, which is going to be state, and this will return me state.task. Yeah, and like that. Okay, we'll just set it to any, and index will remove because instead of index we'll take task.id. Easy. Now we'll go to our add task. So we have created this text field. If we can see this text field, so let's see how we can fill in and add the new task. So the value is new task, and on change we have set new task, and on click handle add task. Okay, so inside this what we are doing is we'll just check if new task dot trim, if it's not empty, just white spaces. So what we'll do, we'll just dispatch. Okay, we'll need to create a dispatch object, and we'll also need to import the actions. Add task, remove task, and toggle task. Yeah, so I'll just dispatch add task, and then also put in new task, and we'll just set new task to an empty string. So let's just check this out if it works fine. Okay, I've already done it. Go to school. Okay, this doesn't work. Let's see. Okay, the server is down. Let's just, yeah, it's up. Yeah, loaded. Go to school. Okay, we've got some error. Object with keys id title completed. If you meant to render a collection of children, use an array instead. Okay, let's just check where we have got this error once. Most probably the error comes from the task.map. Okay, task is any, and instead of that we'll just give it are we able to import the to do? Okay, we are not. Okay, this looks fine. Task.id. There must have been some error. Checkbox is fine. Label is task. Yeah, label should be task.title. Yeah, not the task itself, because task is the object here. So let's do go to school. Boom, works fine. Let's add one more. Hit the gym. Works fine. And now what else we can do is, now let's go to the remove task. Handle remove task. We have got one icon, delete icon, and this will do handle remove task, and this will also give me task.id. So here we'll take in one id, which is going to be a string, and we'll just dispatch and remove task and id. So let's just check this out. Boom, removed. We can also check our Redux store. Yeah. Okay. We have got some task. Let me add some tasks. Go to school. Yeah, hit the gym. I'm not sure why it's not loading it anyway. Oh yeah, it's working fine here. Yeah, as you can see, there's some issue with this extension, but you can see here we added 2 tasks and we have got the task here completed false. That is by default. Now we'll move on to the toggle task. If I want to toggle it, and we'll do const handle toggle task, which is again going to take an ID, and this will dispatch toggle task with ID. And let's just check our checkbox. Yeah, here's the checkbox, and the checked should be equal to our task.completed. If the task is completed is true, then it should be checked. Task.completed, and on click should be our handle toggle task and task.id. Yeah, so let's just try to do it. Hit the gem, boom, and the 2 tasks, you see this one is completed as true. Now I'll just undo it, so the completed should be false now. Yeah, like that. So we'll just take in one more example. Go to park. Yeah, and like that, boom, works fine. So I guess this is pretty much for this video. I hope you would have liked it. You can also work on the UI if you want. I just wanted to give you more insight into the Redux. In the upcoming videos, we'll talk about Redux Thunk when we want to dispatch some actions after a delay by making some request calls to the internet or by some calls to your server. So we'll see that in the upcoming videos. Thank you.